beautiful morning. Okay, so I'm about to go and get a lift over to the hospital. So there are a few things we need to think about before we go over there. Now, when you have your hair transplant done, you obviously don't want to be taking a t-shirt and pulling it over your head. So I suggest you wear like a nice shirt so you can just unbutton it and take it off without any interference with the surgery that's gone on. Also, I've just got some joggers on, some nice joggers there, really comfy, and some really comfy trainers as well, because we want to be as comfortable as possible if we're sitting in a chair for between 5 and 8 hours. So yeah, just make yourself as comfy as possible. I've got some movies downloaded on my phone. I've got my book with me. So I've probably got about 10 hours worth of content to actually keep myself occupied whilst they're working on my head. So let's get down there. Here we go. And that's where we go in. On the 14th floor. So this is Dr Balwi. We've just gone through all of the details about my hair transplant. We went through everything with a fine-tooth comb. Now, I had a few questions for him, like, what to expect. I do realise I have to be here for 2 different sessions because that's what I personally expected, because my hair receding, my hair thinning is quite considerable. So everything he went through, we went through the pen and saw my hairs very, very closely, worked out what the best donor area was. Everything was cool. I signed on the dotted line, and I'm very happy to go and get my my transplant. So thank you very much, Dr. Balwi.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. Okay.
I hope we will give you the best result for you. Don't worry.
You heard it here first. See you in a bit. So I'm just about to have my hair shaved. This hasn't happened for some time, so this is, I'm going to look really weird, maybe like an alien. Just had to put on this top and some shoes that I can imagine have no bacteria on them, so everything's nice and clean. Oh, very nice. Am I going to restaurants? This is why I grew a beard. So that's it. I actually look like my dad and my brother. Tom, I look like you now. See you in a bit, I hope. Okay, so the extraction has taken place. It took about maybe an hour and a half, I think. Yeah, all good, no pain. Very satisfied so far. Do you want to see something? Do you want to see something interesting? I'll show you now. They are my grafts. 3,700. Would you look at that? So it's break time now. Maybe get a bit of food, some drink, and then these bad boys will be going into my hair. Look how long the roots are, you'd never have guessed. So as I'm halfway through, it's time for food, and a nice array of food there. Got soup, some potatoes and chicken, and some noodles as well. Some water to keep refreshed. Some bread. I'd say that's a wholesome meal. So from this room here, you can see where we're staying over there with the Nidja. But still, they come and pick us up in a car and bring us over here, so you don't have to do any walking. Istanbul's a big place. So it's actually time, it's here, it's the main event. So the grafts that were taken and extracted earlier on are now being implanted. There were 3,700 of them, and it's probably going to take around about 3 hours for those to go in. And the whole process has been explained perfectly to me as we've gone on, and there's been no pain. I haven't even wanted to watch a movie or read a book, because I've just been sitting here and just thinking about my lovely luscious hair, and actually I've been thinking about work as well, to be honest. So yeah, I'll see you in a bit. So it's the morning after the night before here at the hotel, and to be fair, I got about maybe 6.5, 7 hours sleep in like 2 different berths. But I've ordered myself a nice breakfast. To be fair, she's pretty big. I've got a whole basket of bread here, some salad, cheese, some dried fruit, which I don't think I'll be eating. Might give that to the birds if there are any birds in Istanbul. Egg, ooh, some jam, olives, ooh, honeycomb, some butter, and some orange juice. I'm going to absolutely destroy this. I'm going to phone my wife. Even when they were putting in the local anaesthetic, the pain was so minimal, honestly. Yeah, I wasn't sure what that was going to be like, but yeah, it was totally within the realms of breakfast devoured. So yesterday, yeah, from start to finish, everything was explained to me before it was before they actually started it. So they told me when the grafts were being taken. They told me when the holes were being put in, and then when you were going to receive the grafts. And yeah, did like a countdown from 500 just to kind of keep me entertained. Literally, the process took about 6.5 hours, and I didn't really feel the need to get a movie or read a book, solely because I was just chilled out completely, just thinking of all the stuff I need to do when I get back home, and even thinking about what my hair would look like once it was completed. So pain wise, I'd say scale of 1 to 10, maybe a 2. I think the only time you would really kind of experience any pain is when they're doing the anaesthetic, the local anaesthetic. But I'd say, yeah, I think I've read other places that they say it's quite painful, but to be honest with you, I mean, and it's all about honesty on this, I'd say a 2, kind of little pricks in over your head, and before you know it, like they even say, you got 7 more minutes, and then you'll feel literally nothing. And that was the case. So I suppose any kind of pain that was felt was like after the procedure, because once you finish, you know, having the grafts put in, which for me was 3,700, which was a bit more than I anticipated. You go into the lobby and wait for an hour until they can take out the catheter, and they need to kind of keep an eye on you just to make sure that everything's going completely fine, because why would they send you home straight away? And my blood's a little bit thinner than everyone else's, so, and I knew that beforehand, so mine just took a little bit longer just to just for the blood to just, you know, chill out and scab up. And then after that, I think I was there for about 90 minutes, and then back to the hotel, which literally is over the road, as you saw before. But they like to, you know, put you into, you know, they like to take you over in the car, which is pretty cool. On the night time, I think that I reckon the first night would be the most uncomfortable, because obviously you've just had, let's, you know, not beat about the bush, you've had trauma to your head. You know, 3,700 holes here, and the same again here. So if you expect not to have any kind of pain at all, then, you know, it's probably, this really isn't for you. But I got through last night. I tried to put myself on the bed and prop myself up, and they have a pillow they use for you. I bought one over myself as well, just for good measure. I didn't feel the bed actually met my requirements, so I went into the living room, sat on a chair, and kind of like put myself up there, used the neck rest, and it was so much better. Now you got to realise as well that your neck has been in different positions for hours, for, you know, for like 6-7 hours. So just kind of give your neck a bit of stretch, just kind of like take all the tension away and give yourself a fighting chance for a good night's sleep. I actually got about 6.5 hours sleeps in two different blocks. and I just watched the news in between that. And today I feel so much better. I've been taking my tablets as I've been told. The time I got up was around about 9 o'clock local time. I'm being picked up at 2 p.m. and that's to go over and speak to Dr Balwi about how my hair's progressed since last night, and if there's anything he needs to do to kind of make me more comfortable, or to get the best out of my transplant. So all in all, yeah, it was an interesting night, but you get through that first night, and honestly today I feel so much better. I've had my breakfast, I drank lots of water, which you have to do, and yeah, I feel good. I mean, here we go. Have a look at my head here. So personally, I'm coming in for another surgery maybe next year. So to get the results that I wanted in the first surgery, they put all the grafts in the front here. Just around here you can see. I'll do another video once they take off the bandages from the back, so you can see my donor area. I reckon that most of it has been used because my hair down here, there you go, my hair down there is pretty light, which means Dr Balwi said it's like arm hair, but it was the hair right in between here that, to be fair, apparently it was really good. There was like 1, 2, 3, 4, even 5 follicles to a graft, which is great. My hair was wiry when I had hair all over my head, and it's good to know that that's a good quality hair that can be transplanted on the front of my head. So fingers crossed. Yeah, so I'll go over, speak to Dr Balwi and get back to you in a bit. Oh, one other thing is call your wife up or your partner and kind of like offload onto them, because it's been a long day for you and they just want to help and they want to know that everything's cool and everything's okay. So call your partner, like I did last night to Kirsty, and make yourself a cup of tea. I know it's very English, very British. Make yourself a nice cup of tea just before you go to bed, and everything just feels a little bit better. So I've just got back from seeing Dr Balwi, who went over my grafts and said, okay, so they're all in there, which I'm really happy about. Went through all the do's and don'ts, smoking, drinking, intercourse, all that kind of stuff. And then I was branded. Dun, 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 dun. So everyone knows, who did this to me? So what I'll do is I'll get back to you and show you around my head, my donor area and my transplanted area, so you can see where I am at the moment. Okay, so top of my head is looking like that. Apparently the first wash will sort out the big blood clot that's going down. Completely normal, so I was told. Completely normal. And then to show you where they took, there you go, you can see there. So there's the donor area there. Try and see the other side. As you can see there, donor area all around there. Now, to be honest, the donor area didn't give me any jip whatsoever. I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that I've come to get a hair transplant and known what was happening to me, I wouldn't have even known when I had the dressing on. I don't even want to touch it though. It's one of those things. I don't want to freak myself out. But you can, as I say, you can see there what was taken. So it's the first time I've seen it myself as well. I thought they would come a bit further. Where am I? There. I thought they would come further to the front, which I'm pretty happy about. And it's really weird how as you can see, oh yeah, I've got some swelling here, and apparently in fact I don't even know how I didn't notice it as soon as the video came on. I need to do like a massage and like a V shape. I'll take it all the way to the back of the head, and that will kind of get rid of that, as well as it just going on its own as well. So yes, nice big balloon head there. But yes, I've had a hair transplant, guys, and at the moment I'm happy. Let's just hope that everything goes to plan over the next 4, 5, 6, 7 months, and see what we can what we can achieve. See you in a bit.